Hi, my name is Steve Four, and I'm married to my wife, Amber. We were married in 1997 and are going on 16 years of marriage. We have two wonderful daughters, Allison and Erica. And even though Allison's 14 and Erica's 10, it seems like just yesterday that we were bringing them home from the hospital. I've always been excited to be a dad. I've always wanted to grow up to be just like my dad. He made it look so easy. But early on I found that being a dad was a lot harder than I thought. I did enjoy taking care of them in the early days and learning to watch them walk and talk and slowly grow up right before our eyes. But in the spring of 2012, I had an awakening. On a family vacation to Florida, the girls asked both Amber and I why we never went to church. Whenever they'd spend the night at some of their friends' house on Sunday mornings, they would go to church with their families, and they really enjoyed it. Myself, I quite frankly had grown away from the church. I figured I do believe in God. I'm a nice guy. I do good things. I don't really need a church to be a spiritual person. But it was being confronted by our daughters that finally got me to thinking we really did owe it to the girls to try to find and start going to church again. Some friends of ours invited us to go to Community Bible Church about the time of the merger with Bethel. We started going and the girls absolutely loved it, but to be honest, I was still going through the motions. A month or two down the road, there was an opportunity to be baptized, and the girls were really excited to do so. So on July 29th at Cedar Lake Ministries, the girls, standing in front of hundreds of strangers, were standing out in the water without notes, professing their love for Jesus Christ. And it was at that moment in time that my life changed. God spoke to me. He told me that He had more in store for me than who I was at this time, and He certainly had more in store for me as a father. Now all of a sudden I feel like I'm a new father over again. I realized that the things that I thought made me a good dad, while important, are important things in the eyes of man. I realize I have a responsibility now to be a good dad in the eyes of our Heavenly Father. This is a daunting task to me, but I've realized that I have several areas I need to improve. I need to first lead by example, submitting to God's authority, repenting my sins, and accepting forgiveness that comes from God's amazing grace, and showing the girls that that not only applies to me but applies to them. Second is to try to live the righteous type of life that I am wanting to see in my own girls. Third, and probably one of the more important things for me, is to pray with my children. This is something that I really haven't done a lot of and need to work to do more. I also want to teach them to reach out to the community, to be salt and light to Northwest Indiana as well as beyond there. And finally, I need to just love them. I need to show them the grace that God shows me on a day-to-day basis. So this Father's Day, I pray that all of the dads out there can be encouraged. I've been doing this for 14 years and I've still got a lot of work to do. It's a matter of trusting in God, putting yourself at His will, and realizing that you're not going at it alone. You have a wonderful Father in heaven who's there to guide you, and a wonderful church that's there to support you as well. So I'd like to just close in saying today, Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there at Bethel Church.